Hi, I'm Jo Rushworth. Welcome to pUDL, practical UDL discussed in no more than 3 slides and 3 minutes. Let's go. So today we're going to be talking about the PASTA. This is a new kind of UDL-friendly assessment that I devised as part of co-creating DMU's new PG Cert course several years ago. So the PASTA stands for Patchwork Screencast Assessment. So the PASTA is a type of flexible UDL assessment for several reasons. So first of all, it's a patchwork. That means that learners do a small patch task or a little bit of formative homework every week. So here, the learning outcomes in this particular module were all about demonstrating that you have a good understanding of the UDL principles and that you can put them into practice, particularly regarding your teaching and learning, your assessment and your feedback. So in every session, there would be a little bit of homework for the learners to do, and then they would be able to bring that patch to the next session. They would be able to get feed in from the tutor running the session. They'd be able to get feed in groups, swapping around their assignments, having a look at one another's. So the final piece of work that would be submitted at the end of the module, and this was approximately 9 or 10 sessions that were taught, would be a screencast assessment. So what does that mean? Well, in this case, I stipulated that the learners must submit something visual with some kind of narration. So most people did something like a narrated PowerPoint. Learners could have their cameras on or their cameras off. Some people did something much more sophisticated like a movie with some graphics. So there were lots of different ways to handle this assignment. And within the assignment, some learners preferred to use quite a lot of text, not so much talking or visuals, whereas some people preferred to essentially narrate most of the things verbally and then just have a few images to illustrate. So in order to get your learners to produce a PASTA, I would recommend doing an unexemplar. So that is a bad example, but at least it shows the learners kind of what not to do. You need to have a really clear mark scheme, which will be on the next page. And you need to give your learners a generic recipe, an idea of which ingredients they need to pick up on a weekly basis. So for example, here we kind of told the learners you're going to have to include some UDL theory with citations. That could be whatever you like. An example of a UDL teaching resource or how you've used UDL in your classroom, how you evidence that is up to you. Some examples of UDL assessment and feedback, some critical reflection, which again could be written, it could be spoken, and with some learner profiling. So lots of different creative ways to actually make your PASTA. And the trick here is, although the learners pick up ingredients every week, they're going to have to really do some synthesis and jiggling around to make a fantastic PASTA that they serve up at the end. So the marking scheme is here. You can either pause the video or get in touch. I'm happy to supply you with a copy. So in summary, the PASTA is a flexible UDL assessment because it provides learners with flexible ways to demonstrate knowledge, evidence of putting theory into practice with critical reflection, and the patchwork nature, by its nature, encourages formative feed-in. So if you want to read further about the PASTA, get in touch, like, share and subscribe. You'll also see the PASTA is an example that's placed within Professor Sally Brown and Kay Samble's Authentic Assessment Compendium. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.